Welcome back to another book review Friday. My name is Heather. I am mama to 7 and I write at wholeheartedhomemaking.wordpress.com. I know it's a mouthful. I'm so sorry. All links will be below in the description box. And today I have another book for the mothers. So this is called Really Very Crunchy by Emily Morrow. My daughter's playing violin. This is when I have time to do it. Sorry. Enjoy the background music of the Grenadiers. But Really Very Crunchy by Emily Morrow is wonderful. I'm sure you have seen Emily and her husband Jason over on Instagram, social media in general, at Really Very Crunchy. She is witty. These are hilarious. They make kind of satire about crunchiness and natural living and things like that. I want to tell you I enjoyed the book. It is hilarious, funny, as you would expect from Emily, encouraging, and also a little terrifying, if I'm being honest. So I really appreciated Emily's book, but there were a couple of chapters where the crunchiness overwhelmed me because I'm really more scrunchy, as she says. I love natural approaches to a lot of things, but I get a lot of anxiety when I start thinking about all the possible things that I cannot afford to correct. And so a couple of her chapters did. I had to put it away for a while because it caused me a little anxiety. Now, I'm not saying that it's bad. It's good to think about those things because there were a couple of things that I'm like, oh my goodness, I didn't even know. I did not know because I haven't done all the research because it stresses me out. I am a mama with some children with food allergies, so a lot of things in the crunchy natural wellness area I am aware of, but I try not to dive too much because we're a ministry family and we're on a budget and I can't afford everything, and I can't do anything about it. So, but that aside, that was just like one chapter. Really, the rest of it was wonderful. I love her stories. Obviously, she's hilarious, and her real life stories are very relatable, especially if you're somebody who is in the crunchy world. Her kind of dabble into the crunchy lifestyle and the response she got from someone when she gave a gift that was less than crunchy was very relatable. And then also the receiving of gifts that you don't necessarily approve of, but trying to be gracious through it. That was also relatable. There are a lot of things in here. I am a underliner, highlighter, note taker, so I have that in there, but I've also recently started to flag. I like these. Chantel Reads All Day does that, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna give that a try and see if I like it, and I love it. I marked here things that I want to commonplace, which is where I have a notebook, and I don't think I have it in front of me. Actually, I do. Just a minute. So I have one from Juniper Grove, and then I also have just a plain old notebook, and I will open it up and show you because I am not afraid. This isn't my personal thoughts. I write down quotes, some longer, some shorter, from books that I really like. I actually go back and reference this a lot, especially when I'm writing blog posts and things like that. So that's how I commonplace, but the flags make it a little easier for me to find because a lot of times I underline things that I don't necessarily need to commonplace. This book is really great because she talks about how crunchy is a spectrum, and really it's all about this subtitle, which I'm going to turn here. It says, A Beginner's Guide to Removing Toxins from Your Life Without Adding Them to Your Personality. And that's really the crux of it. Here are the things to consider. These are things that I've gone through in my life, but if you're not able to, if you're not ready to do that, or maybe you are super really crunchy, very crunchy, how you can do it without being a jerk to everyone and just being kind and considerate to everybody on their path. And she has a lot of good practical tips in here, a lot of good funny tips, just random things in here. And so like I've earmarked a lot of different things in here, but I just really encouraged, I was really encouraged by just the perspective, and when you're embracing natural crunchy things and not kind of getting that higher than thou mentality, because, you know, I sometimes cringe when I think about my kids when I tell them, oh, you know, I have no problem telling my kids that red dye, food coloring is poison, and I still let them have it every now and then. I'm like, yeah, that's poison. It's not good. And I say it kind of tongue in cheek. And my kids pretty much know that, but my little kids don't. So then they go to someplace else and they look at a cupcake or something. They're like, that's got food coloring. That's poison. I mean, they're not wrong. But just learning to accept that with grace and teach our children to do that with grace is also encouraging. This was the quote I wanted to share with you. It's towards the end, and it just says, people who see things differently than you can sometimes open your eyes to what really matters. Showing love, being kind, having respect for others, life experiences that brought them where they are. And that is really kind of the crux of this is you're on your journey. She wants to encourage you to choose what's natural and what's healthier for you, because it is healthier for you. But to be able to pursue that without taking other people down, making them feel bad or feel less than, and just realizing that we're all learning and we're all growing, and we all have to sift through at our own levels. Like that one chapter that I couldn't delve into because it was causing me anxiety because it was something I cannot afford to fix. I can let that go. It's good to know on my radar that, okay, maybe the next time we replace that item, I'm going to look for a healthier option or a more natural option. But that I can not let it, I can allow it to not overtake my life and just cause a whole bunch of stress. And so through her satire, through her funny, witty, if you want to say, writing, you get through all these different topics of crunchiness. So those are topics. You can look at it on Amazon. I'll put a link in the description box. But it was a fun read. I don't know if it's a for everyone read, unless you enjoy wittiness and you've already dabbled into the world of crunchiness. I feel like if I was someone who really hadn't looked into any kingdom natural health things, I would encourage you to read it, but I don't know that it would be as relatable and as enjoyable. And if you're somebody who's prone to stress and have not delved into the crunchy world, it might be overwhelming and you need to pace yourself because there's a lot. Things that I had never considered. So I hope you enjoy reading this book. Check it out at your library. Get it on Amazon. It's a wonderful, quick read for the most part, unless you get scared and have to put it away for a few weeks. But I really did enjoy it, and I recommend it for everyone who's interested in that kind of lifestyle and who enjoy just a funny read. Even if you're not interested in the crunchy lifestyle, it's a fun read. So this is called Really Very Crunchy by Emily Morrow. You can find her at Instagram, Really Very Crunchy, probably a whole bunch of other places. That's where I know to find her. And her husband are building this wonderful business, and they have come up with some really hilarious videos. So go check those out. Thank you for watching, and join me next week. I should have another children's book to share with you next week on Friday. So have a blessed day, and let us go forth and strive to serve the Lord and our families wholeheartedly.